Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Zee Garcia.
I'm Camilla.
And today we're taking a look at the news of the board game world live. September 6th, 2024. Hey.
September 6th.
It is September 6th.
It is.
Yeah. Also, next Friday is September 13th.
Oh.
Friday the 13th. Do.
Happy September 6th.
You have a birthday coming up, Tom, but you won't be here for it.
Oh, what?
So we're giving you something right now, okay?
Right
Happy 2
now.
days before your birthday.
Happy almost your birthday. Happy last time we see you before your birthday.
Happy not your birthday day.
Well, that's...
Happy ahead of time.
I was wondering why you were talking about September 6th.
Hey.
Did I get the date wrong?
No, he's right. It's Tom's birthday's in 2 days, everybody.
I swear
He
there's
won't
been
be
glitter
here.
in it. I'm not putting it over the
Don't
computer.
put it over me. Don't put it over me.
Whoa. Keep it on that side of the table.
Wait, does it do happy birthday?
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
And we all signed it.
We did.
And we fixed it.
Yeah.
Is that Samuel Healy?
I don't know who that is.
SH, it'd have to be, right?
It has to be.
That wasn't there when I signed, though.
It wasn't there when I signed it either, so I don't know who that is.
All right, well, anyhow.
Is Emery's first name begin with an S?
Maybe that's Emery.
Is Emery his
Maybe that's a
middle name?
fancy E.
That ain't no E. That's a lightning
That's
bolt or an
definitely
S.
an S.
Anyway,
Well, thank
happy
you.
early birthday. What's the opposite of belated? Just early?
Early.
On birthday. A very merry on birthday.
Okay, here we go.
Happy early birthday, Tom.
Well, thank you. Well, that I wasn't expecting. All right, well. The news.
The news. Let's talk about news.
Let's take a look at the news. All right. Oh, I know. Before I get to the news, I was going to say, in 2 weeks. 2
Yes.
weeks from today,
Yes.
we will be landing in Las Vegas for the World Series of Board Games. Come see us there. Come enter and beat people. Crush them in victories. The World Series of Board Gaming is not just about that, though. If you want to play in tournaments, you can. Against very nice competitors, too. I mean, you're playing top tier. You've seen a couple of them play in our Summer Spectacular this year. But there's also open gaming. And there's events and all sorts of things going on. We're going to be streaming it live here on the Dice Tower. Some of the top games. We'll have a schedule up in a couple weeks and let you know what's happening. But that's coming. So check out the World Series of Board Gaming. And that's WSBGVegas.com. Thanks,
That's
Mike.
right. That's right. Do it one time. It's an E. He's saying it's an E.
How is that an E?
No, it's not that. It's that Mike said it's his signature.
Oh, Mike's just being, goofy.
All right, here we go. News.
All right.
So first, Asmodee USA and Professor Puzzle announce a new U.S. distribution partnership. I'm sure you all know Professor Puzzle, so I won't belabor that point.
Mm-hmm. They're huge.
They have a
in
strong
puzzle
reputation.
circles.
Listen, it says here, the press release, they have built a strong reputation with hit titles like May Contain Butts, Subway Squeeze, and Escape from the Museum.
All of them about
Wow.
butts.
Right. That was
Subway Squeeze.
theme.
Can't you get your butt in there? Only you can find out. In Subway Squeeze.
Well, let's
You're Googling Subway Squeeze?
Subway Squeeze. Oh,
I will do
Oh,
games. I will
save
do
search
games.
on.
Oh.
No. This came out in 2022. That actually is a kind of a cute cover. It shows a
that's
bunch of
cute.
people.
Yeah.
Cover, okay.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
was
needs
expecting
the cover.
garbage, and I didn't get
I was
garbage.
gonna say, it needs the cover with
Although
a title
there is
like
no
that.
designer, so that
Oh.
worries me, right? Just Professor Puzzle Games.
What if you say full credits? Does it come up then?
No, it
No.
won't be there.
Let's look at
Oh,
the
wow.
comments.
Weird.
Fine, says Board Gamer. Nothing memorable, though. But then it has a 10.
What?
An excellent tile placement game with interesting rules that plays over a short but sweet 15 minutes.
Oh, it's really
These
short.
ratings
Wow.
aren't particularly terrible.
Huh.
Except for
Oh,
that
no,
one.
the 4, that one is red.
There's 1-4, but it's
But it's from Finland.
from Forland.
There's also only 19.
All right, well, we'll
Reviews
find
of
out
it.
about these. If they're being distributed at Asmodee, hey, maybe we'll see them.
That's interesting, yeah.
Do you know I almost bought an accordion?
Well, you have one now.
Hey, there you go.
I still might.
So it's a birthday present and a card.
And a reminder. Hey, you remember that accordion you were going to get?
Well, you know what I got instead of an accordion? Transmission. So,
Oof.
Oh, you were going to get an accordion
Ooh.
like very
no, I don't know.
soon.
I keep saying I'm going to get an accordion.
Oh.
I've always, because I know how to play the piano and I know my chords. It's just that you got to learn to do both of those while squeezing and avoid the an irrational hatred the accordion gets.
Oh, it's all about the subway squeeze.
All right. Bitewing Games is teasing a secret epic big box Knizia game.
Oh.
I've seen that picture in real life.
Huh.
Have you?
Secret epic? I don't
Wow.
think I have seen
Where
that
have you seen
picture
that
in
picture?
real
At the
life.
retreat, it was floating around tables.
Oh, really?
With one Mr. Mike DeLisio,
That makes sense.
who was
okay. Check
that-
that
each morning
makes-
when he would come down, he would prostrate himself before it and bow 5 times.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Mike does worship at the altar of Knizia. What do you think, Tom? I don't know if you actually have any information here or not. I'm assuming you don't. You do?
Why don't we hear your guesses and I'll just muse in my head.
Okay, so you know. It's a big one. It's a reprint, they're saying?
He's not real clear now. He just said it's not Tigris and Euphrates because I think he was staving off the
Oh, interesting.
insane, insanity of people wanting that one to come back. Was that going to be your guess?
No. I think they're reprinting Samurai.
Okay.
Oh, interesting response.
Poker face, poker face.
I don't know 100% either. I just.
Poker face, poker face.
All right, moving on here. Anyway, that's coming out. It's coming to Kickstarter. They're going to be doing games. Actually, Bitewing Games is coming here to Dice Tower Studios, so we may actually play this one
Hey.
live.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll get that. Mike will have to send us that picture.
He will.
Hopefully it comes with, yes.
Oh My Pigeons! This is a new game from Ravensburger. This is.
Oh, wow.
You are going to be using memory and bluffing skills to collect and refit objects inspired by millennials and Gen Z culture.
What?
Oh.
That is not at all
No.
what I expected this to be. I
mean-
figured it'd be about, it's a wild guess, but pigeons.
Right. Like, none of that.
What am I doing in this game exactly? Picking on the youngins? Making
There's
fun of
3
their
games.
ways?
I'm sorry. I'm
and
sorry.
millennials.
I'm sorry. I lied. I read the wrong thing. Let's
Oh,
start this over
okay.
again. I read that there's a copy for all 3 games they're doing. The one I just read my for was That's Not a Hat Pop Culture.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. So
okay.
they're doing another
Okay.
This is
version
Oh My
of
Pigeons.
that one.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh My
Pigeons.
Pigeons
All
is
right.
hilarious level of bird behavior among friends as players tempt, steal, and flick pigeons in a race to be the first to fill their bench.
That's more what I was expecting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pigeons,
a
benching,
ridiculous,
flicking.
Like,
That's what you want from a pigeon game.
Pigeons, the rats of the sky, says Josh Franklin. He's not wrong.
it's
Nope.
not.
All right.
They're really ugly little chicks, too.
Garden Heist is one of the other games that they're coming out with, Ravensburger here.
Okay.
That one's cute.
And this is where you'll be raccoons and stealing food and trash.
That's
That one
cute.
looks really neat.
Yeah, I like that.
And then the one I mentioned earlier, this is the one about pop culture. That's not a hat. It was me and Laura were talking about this last night because my daughters bought a lava lamp and they think it's awesome,
Yes.
cool, and hip. And we were like, well,
My
not
son.
new,
Yeah.
nor is it hip.
He went
Yeah,
through.
those-
No, I think it's with kids. They go through a phase. My son definitely went through a phase, and he wanted a lava lamp, and would, I kid you not, stare at it for like an hour.
Are they making a comeback? Is that
Yeah,
a
they
thing?
are. They're
Really?
definitely
Wow.
making a comeback. Them and record players.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
fanny packs.
Fanny packs filled with water. Those are coming
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
They are.
Anyway, That's Not a Hat is basically a memory party game that a lot of people really like.
It is very
Do
popular.
not
It
count me
is.
amongst them. I
Oh, you
despise
don't-
it.
Oh,
I
I thought I
really
was in
do.
the minority because I thought it was
I mean,
terrible.
it's
One of
basically
the-
you're like, that's
oh,
a
it's
hat.
awful.
I got to play this at we played.
Yeah,
At
not UKG,
the UK at
Aircon.
Aircon Northwest, and it was the worst game I played there. Yeah.
yeah. It was. I'll say it was the worst 10 minutes of the entire trip outside of travel.
That
Still not over it.
yeah, it's just memory.
It's so
It's memory, but you move cards.
yeah, I thought it was quite bad. But again, it does seem to be very popular. You can get this at Target.
Yeah.
They have it everywhere.
Well, they're making a sequel, so there you go.
Yep. Maybe the sequel will be better.
All right, let's take a look at something more interesting from Pandasaurus, Pixies. This is coming from Pandasaurus. They're partnering with Bombix. Now, Bombix left Asmodee. Is that what happened?
Oh, did they?
I don't
Oh,
know. Well, I mean, it's not Asmodee.
Well, Pandasaurus picks up several things from this company, don't they? They
Maybe they're only
reprinted.
Asmodee
They've taken a couple.
in Europe.
Yeah, they reprinted Sea Salt and Paper from the same people.
Got it.
Yeah.
I want them to pick up a lava.
Anyway, you're putting cards in a 3x3 grid, and you have to follow different rules. So some of them you place face up, some you place face down. You're validating cards. I don't know all the rules, but
I feel like this art is going to be divisive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you look at the cards, you like sometimes have to blink before you see the pixie there, and I guess that's the point.
Right. It's like they're in nature, made of nature.
Yeah,
right?
they're real little things made and then photographed.
This
And it's
straight up
photographed.
looks like whoever did the art for this game saw a calendar that had 12 of these. That the image was pixies in the wild.
Well, we covered something in crowd surfing that had this same thing, and they were taking
that was
little
the-
acorns.
that was the gnomes?
What was it? That they were using acorns and stuff like that
Yeah,
in order
yeah,
to
and-
make little creatures and photograph. And I don't remember
Yeah.
if it was a calendar or a game or something. So I don't know. Maybe this is taking off, this art style.
All right. Well, speaking of art style or lack thereof, Urbian is.
What's ragging on this company?
Well, no. Okay, this is the last time, and I'll tell you why
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
because
second.
it's the last game.
Yes, I know, but there's more.
Okay, go
All right, so
ahead.
this is from Inpatience,
Yes.
and I'm sure you're looking forward to trying this one out, a 1 to 4 player cooperative game.
I am. Well, this is
1 to 2 player game, sorry.
This is originally the second game that came out. Back before these games came in these square boxes, Onirim or Onirim or whatever came out, and then Urbian came out, and then the line stopped. They kind of got reworked, and they went back and republished Onirim in that little bigger, chunkier square box. And the second wasn't this. And then
they
the
just
third, and the
skipped it.
fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth.
Oh.
And now they're going back to this one, reworked, with more expansions in it. I'm hoping, obviously, I played that original little one, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It was weaker, for sure. So
But
I
with-
wonder now, going back to it with more oomph added back in, if it'll be an interesting game.
Well, I mean, with so much more experience as well, they've done a whole series of
That's
these
right.
now,
That's right.
and so they are revamping it, not just reprinting it.
I believe so, and there's
That's-
new expansions and whatnot.
that's
There's more
exciting.
room in these boxes, so
also
there's
coming
more
with
stuff.
7 expansions.
Yeah,
It's
it's
insane.
a bunch
Wow.
of stuff.
It's a lot.
But he is now shifting gears at Impatience and starting a new line of games called I have no idea.
Minimp,
Yeah, is that what that says?
I'm
Where is that?
guessing. Minimp.
That's just I hate that logo so much. What does that mean?
Mini Impatience games.
Oh.
I'm guessing.
It just looks bad.
Minimp.
Anyway, so he has 4
don't
titles
hate it.
coming out in 2025 from this new line, but these are
Wow.
small little games. He said they'll have 60 cards and maybe some extra stuff in them, and that's it. So let's take a look at them. And here's where things get good because he finally has learned to hire artists.
Oh.
So the first one here,
so
Reiner
mean.
Knizia's Frygard. Looks like Hal's Moving Castle on the bottom. This is a
Oh, weird.
15-minute game for one player from the good Dr. Reiner Knizia.
Minimp.
You will draw 3. You will either score your hand of 3 cards or draw a card and then discard one to improve your hand. If you're too greedy, you'll burn through your deck too quickly.
Okay.
You're fighting these walking castles that are invading the peaceful land of Frygard. I don't know. That sounds interesting to me.
It does
actually.
sound interesting. It sounds a little bit like Friday, actually, from Friedman Fries. I'll check it out. It's from Reiner Knizia, so you know Mike DeLizio's going to like it.
Then we got one here from Romerick Galanier and Luc Ramond called Last Minute. Love the art in this one, too.
I love this cover.
Now, it's yet
This is
another
fun.
game, 1 to 5 player real-time cooperative bomb defusing game.
Okay.
And you need to defuse cards and the appropriate bomb cards while respecting a double timer condition.
2 timers? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it
What
means
does that
either.
mean? Yeah.
That's just a great cover. Also, Mayor of Chicago. This is from Xavier Georges, best known probably for Carnegie, but also did Trois and Black Angel. So he's done big games for the
yeah.
most part.
Oh, he has that. Isn't
Very skilled
the
at it.
Western one his, too?
Yes, Carson City.
Thank you. Yeah, Carson
Oh,
City.
interesting.
This is a 30-minute solitaire game in which you're trying to become the mayor of the Windy City. You make the card part of the map, or you hire an assistant on the back of the card to get special powers or scoring abilities.
Man,
Sounds
that
a
sounds
little-
interesting.
Sounds a
like
little Agropolis or...
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like a button shot
Okay.
game all grown up. Because
Yeah.
it'll take half an hour. It'll be more cards. I like the look and the sound of this one. Minimp is a great line, Tom.
So far, I mean, it
Oh,
looks
I like the
it
line. I
has-
like the art. I just don't like the logo.
The logo's great. The name is great.
Okay,
Minim
next.
to learn.
Ravel,
A life
or
hymn to master.
Ravel. This is from Daniel McKinley, and this is a 10-minute solitaire, endlessly resettable puzzle. You're manipulating 8 dice placed in a grid to solve cog cards placed around it. Each solved cog gives you an opportunity to unlock the remaining cards, but only the clever use will allow you to pierce the secrets of this strange contraption. So that sounds like a puzzle version of Kinfire Delve almost.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, definitely very puzzly.
Okay.
Huh.
I'm excited about this line, actually.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, all of them sound pretty good.
All of these are intriguing for sure.
All right,
like
let's
it.
leave that and jump to Korea board games. So first we have Lore Pets. This is from Wolfgang Kramer. Korea board games does a good job at getting the big designers in for sure.
Yeah.
This is a grabby game. That's Zee's favorite genre.
Yeah, I love games where you
like
grab
slappy
things.
and grabby.
Slappy
Slappy,
games,
grabby.
like something gets flipped and you slap it. I love that. Or grabby, you grab things like, ooh, a cable, I grabbed it.
But once you do, then someone else's fingernails.
Yeah, they kind of
Rip.
claw you up. They claw you up like this, and I love that.
Anyway,
Such a grump.
Anyway, tell
you're
me
gonna
more
reveal-
about Lore Pets.
You're revealing a tile from your hand simultaneously. If more than one reveals the same kind of lore pet, you take all of them and start a new stack in a menagerie. If you're the only person to reveal it, take a stack from the menagerie. Another player. I don't know.
You
This
sure it's a
doesn't-
slappy game?
What? Doesn't sound like it. No.
It said grabby game. I don't know.
Weird.
Because you're simultaneously revealing.
I wish we had a
but-
picture of the game, but
I know, right? That's the
That's
thing.
interesting.
when is this coming out? This might be at Essen, maybe. That'd be cool.
Oh,
The
that'd be
cover's
interesting, yeah.
kind of funky. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
It looks
I
like
like-
one of those apps like Singing Pets or something.
It is growing on me, though.
Yeah?
I think it is. I really like the.
I'm a little perturbed.
I would give that
I
purple
think
guy
I
a
like
hug.
it.
He would give you one back.
Which one? There's two of them.
Well, the one who's trying to give a hug, the other one's a Kraken. I don't know. I
Oh, I
wouldn't
thought
touch
you
that
were
one.
Kraken,
That's
yeah.
the one I was thinking. But
Oh, you mean the Muppet?
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
fella.
All right, Kimbop. One of the
Ooh.
best foods on earth is
it
now a
is.
game. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to not back down from it. Kimbop kicks sushi around the block.
Yes.
It is a better food. Also, sushi restaurant near the thing, it's still there, but they've upgraded to fanciness. By fanciness, I mean they steal your wallet at the door, beat you up, give you a little food, and kick you out.
Where's
Really?
this? Is this up at?
Over
over by where the movie theater
By the
used
old
to
movie
be.
theater that went away.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
It's a,
Yeah, I've
it's a
been
great
there.
place, but
Oh,
they
that's
robbed me
unfortunate.
last night.
Ooh.
That's unfortunate.
My daughter wanted to go there for her birthday. I'm like, all right, that's great. No more birthdays here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kimbop. Kimbop is, if you've never seen Kimbop, it's a Korean food, which is made very similar to sushi with a heavier emphasis on rice. There's no fish in it at all. It's mostly vegetables, sometimes meat in there. And it's eaten as like a straight, it's not eaten like sushi where you eat a piece and dip it in. You're just going to roll of it, eat it. It's like lunch. It's very delicious. Oh, also there's a game. Kim is the seaweed, Bop is the rice, and cheese and leaves. Like you just wrap things together. It looks cool. I hope it's good.
It's a cool look for sure. I like the cover too. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, like, it doesn't look like a card game. Is it a dexterity
Looks
game?
like a dice game,
that's-
right?
Right,
It,
but
I think you need to take
what?
you're going to roll dice to see what you want, and then you're making the Kimbop. You're racing it and you're rolling it and using Velcro to hold it together. So it's a physical
So
game
it is
for
a
kids.
like a
Wow.
physical game. Interesting. Okay.
And then you're eating it.
My wife's going to love this game. All right. Label Legends. So a long time ago, before Uwe Rosenberg was popular, with Agricola and Caverna and all that, he used to make card games, the most famous of them being Bonanza. One game that was not famous was a game called Clunker, mostly because they called it Clunker.
Right.
Did you ever play Clunker?
Sure, I used to
It's
own
about jewelry. I think it's pretty boring.
I think it's okay.
Well, you said you owned it, so
Yeah.
Well, back
You
then,
liked
that
it.
didn't mean anything for me. I
Yeah,
owned
yeah,
that.
fair.
Oh.
Back in like
Oh, okay.
2000, we owned a lot of things I'm not proud of. I also used to own Boomo. Remember Boomo?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's like
anyway.
Uno, but much, much worse. Anyway, this is
This
that's
is
that
Clunker remade.
back. Oh wow.
So Label Legends, a much better name.
Okay, they're bringing Clunker back.
but with musicians and things like that. Music is like the new hot theme, you think?
It is,
I
right?
see a lot of games.
It is, but I do remember like a year ago when they were saying don't do a music theme because it won't sell. But it does seem to have like a
They used to say that
resurgence
about
right now.
space and stuff.
Well, you say that about trick taking too.
Yeah, trick taking is the one that's.
But I mean, like anything like that. It's
Space was the old one that, like, yeah, don't make a space game. Retheme it to like trading in the
Something.
Mediterranean, and then it'll sell.
I'm still saying that about space games now. Like, you made too many.
Fair. But no, this is a cool theme for sure. I love that there's all these
That's
music
cool.
games coming out.
It's really cool.
All right. Amazonia Park is another game from Rainer Knizia. This is one of the 2 games he's designed this year. I meant this minute. Anyway, I can't figure out if this is a redone version of an older game. Sure looks pretty. You're taking pictures of animals, collecting stacks of animals, turn them in.
Oh,
It's looking
man.
kind of like, and I don't have any idea mechanism-wise how it plays, but it's reminding me of like Savannah Park or something. Like where you're
Yeah, I'm not sure if
placing
it
the
matters
animals out
where they
there.
go in there in that thing.
Interesting.
We'll find out.
It always makes me worry anytime I see a Knizia and I see a grid. I'm like, wait, is this one of the ones from like Fantasy Flight back in the day?
I like Kingdoms.
Yeah, and then what about the other ones?
I like Kingdoms.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Now this one's intriguing though.
Let's jump over to Oink. 2 new titles are coming out of Essen. We have Souvenirs from Venice.
Cute cover.
This is from designer artist Jun Sasaki and Goro Sasaki. The only other game that Goro has designed was Deep Sea Adventures. However, that one has done pretty well.
Yeah. Super
Am I saying
cute.
something wrong?
No, Mike Keller.
Oh, Mike Keller. I don't care about Mike Keller. All right. Anyway, on your turn, you're going to roll die, move your gondola, and then see what you want to purchase. So,
Now you're saying something wrong.
okay,
Gondola.
gondola. Well, I can't let the show go by if I'm going to
You
pronounce
gotta do
everything
something.
correctly.
We gotta make sure it's you.
Yeah, that's how you check if I'm a robot or not.
Correct. Okay.
If a clone comes in and they said everything correctly, you guys will tackle
like-
them.
We would be very
Who is
uncomfortable.
this
yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
All right. Also,
Seems
speaking
really
of Deep
okay,
Sea
speaking
Adventure,
of-
they have Deep Sea Adventure, Deep Sea Adventure Boost. That's what it's called. It's a new edition of the earlier game. They said the early game sold 300,000 copies, which blows my mind.
No, I believe it. I mean, I know like non-gamer friends who'd
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, have you heard of this game?"
Yeah, yeah,
You
it
know,
kinda got
like,
out
it
there.
Really did.
300,000 is
To like mass market, it got
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, this game, I'm assuming, has kept them going. Like they can have miss after miss after miss with this kind of these
Right.
kind of sales. Yeah.
sure,
But anyway, what's this? Risky Treasure Hunting is a spin-off?
it is in this one. Oh, it's talking about the original game. This one has the same gameplay and components as the original game, but it adds 3 new dice for a new way to play. These dice have the digits 0 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1 and 2. When you roll, you now roll these 3 dice and choose 2 of them to determine your movement, although you still subtract points for the treasure you hold. You can also boost your movement by using the sum of all 3 dice, but that uses an extra unit of air.
Interesting. So it's
Okay.
like a
I have
new,
no idea
yeah.
what I just
I guess
said.
Mike is saying
Okay.
it's a new edition of the game. You can do some rolling and slowly kind of make your way down or up, or you can go for one big boost, use them all up, but then you're taking down more air.
All right, well, when this comes out, I'll finally play the
Have you
game.
play-
I
oh, you've
have
never
not
You
played
never
it.
played. Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's this neat little push your luck game where
Yeah.
you go down spending air, you mistime that, and then you come back up and die on the way.
Yep.
Every time.
Yes. The push your luck is like, what is that perfect middle point where you
Yeah.
Can
can
you go
make
down
it
and just
back?
grab one thing and come up?
Yeah, and then if anybody grabs 2, you lost.
Then you're out.
It's basically Clank, but you're much more likely to die.
Okay.
You won't. I don't think you'd like it, but try it. The new edition might fix that by giving you that sort of big burst.
Right, or give you that kind of a little more options,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
with it.
All right. Kamagoi. I don't know how to pronounce this. Cam Argue. This is a new game from Abacusspiele, a 2 to 6 player tile laying game. And while the front cover looks okay, the back looks like the game was designed in 1990.
It does.
I hope the game's good, but man, that's not exciting me.
It definitely looks
You're
like
playing
a
landscape
prototype.
tiles that extend paths, and then you
Okay.
score points equal number of tiles of the type you just placed. Looks like you're trying to place a bunch of purples in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Can't argue with that.
The other Abacusspiele game I'm much more interested in is Up or Down. This is from Kiesling and Kramer. And I really
love
like the look of that a lot.
Look. I love that.
You do?
You don't like
I
that
don't,
cover?
no.
Oh, I adore that
No,
cover.
that's great.
Okay.
It's like
I'm going to go back and look at the Onirim game or the OD.
Oh, fair, yeah.
no, this stuff definitely is like grade school passing notes kind of look. I really like
The cards are numbered from 1 to 126, and you're revealing cards and putting them in a ring from high to low, and you're placing a card.
Racco?
No, it sounds like you place a card between the surrounding numbers, then you take one of the cards surrounding the card you play to add it to your display. And you have 3 rows in your display, trying to make them get higher, I guess, or lower, which sounds a lot like that Pandasaurus Ohanami,
Okay.
which I really love that game.
Yeah.
So,
Well, these guys are amazing at making these little card games. I'm sure it'll be interesting. You know.
another game that's small or Knizia. This one's not Knizia, but it's small from Japan. This one is from Sashi, and it's coming out at Essen.
I'm
I
guessing.
am Jailbreak. I'm sorry, 1 a.m. Jailbreak.
1 a.m. Oh.
I am Jailbreak. Come on, man.
That's a new movie coming out.
I am Jailbreak.
I am jailbreak.
Anyhow, you want to help prisoners get their freedom from your hand. Your hand is filled with prisoner cards. And there's a tunnel and other things. I'm sure
So like a card
people will be
shedding game?
running for this game. I will place money this will sell out at Essen.
There you go.
Yeah, you're playing
That's a good
sets.
prediction.
It's kind of a card shedding game. It sounded from the little bit I looked into it very simple. It actually sounds like maybe the most mass markety one of all of their games. Seems very simple to the point that I'm a little worried it might be too simple. I'm like, I don't know. It's like play a set, play a bigger set. You know, like I don't know. This one for me personally is a wait and see. But I tend to like their designs, so
Or
I
is
will
this-
see.
Is this the one that's going to catch on? You know, again, we're
It
talking
could
about that
be-
kind of mass market. You know,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of the one that catches on.
Some of these
the
little
little
card games,
filler.
once they hit,
Yeah,
that's what they need is like one hit to kind of break through.
yeah.
Kind of like That's Not a Hat.
All right. The next game from Helvetique is Yaxha. Yaxha. You're creating Mayan pyramids on a tabletop, 3 blocks at a time. And so you're going to... This almost looks like a follow-up to that Egyptian one that Phil Walker Harding did.
Imhotep? Yeah.
In a sense, right, where you're building these things with blocks.
Yeah.
The bottom layer has to be 4 by 4. Once you get to 2 by 2, you can put a block on top of them.
Sure.
Okay.
And you score points for the largest visible group in your pyramid of each color.
Okay.
Oh, it's kind of sounding like what was it?
No, the one we
Maybe-
just played, you mean?
Yeah, by the
Nunatech? Was it
Yeah,
Nunatech?
something like that. Nunatech or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're
'cause
calling it
you're-
Nantucket because we couldn't remember
Right.
what it was.
Yeah, because you're placing on the outside and you're only scoring what's visible.
That's right.
Not
That
what's
for the
on
one thing at
inside,
the end, but
no.
yes.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds also like Rumus or 3D Blocus or whatever.
This is from Baptiste Bayana. Also, we have a game from them called Ninjan. This is from designer Six Chizo.
That's
I don't know what that
strange
means.
looking.
Anyway,
Just
you bring
strange.
rock, scissors, and papers to a fight to help you recruit the strongest ninjas possible. I mean, honestly, I'm already not interested in it, but I'm going to keep trying to pretend that I am.
The only thing I like better than slapping games is rock, paper, scissors.
Sometimes rock, paper, scissors
I-
works really well.
It
just
works
that-
really well when
I
I,
don't
have the
think I've-
scissors.
No, I don't think I've ever liked any version of rock paper scissors.
No, there's a lot I like.
Really
That tic tac,
dislike
what was
it.
that called? Tic tac, smo.
Tic tac, no.
Rubber, paper, scissors. I was very close. Tic tac, schmo. Schmo will be a new game. I'm copywriting that. Anyway, the cards are valued -6 to 10.
That's a
Wow.
small spread.
And then you break ties with rock, paper, scissors. You'll claim a pile in the middle of the table. And maybe it's good.
It looks cute. I do like the artwork. Is that some sort of like
like a-
flying kick bean?
Is it a bean? Right. That's what I was trying to decide.
I can't
but it's
tell.
Green.
They might be
Oh.
beans. Who knows?
They might be giants.
All right, the next game you both need to play because at some point we're going to do our top 10 games that start with the letter X.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Fair. Yes.
So we
Good.
so we need some. So here
Here
we
we
have
go. We got two.
I don't remember how to pronounce it, Zeke. Could you tell me?
Zoc?
Zoc, that's what I'd say. Zoc.
Right. Just use a Z if that's the name of the game.
I hear you. I don't know why you don't. Yeah.
All right. So this is. Oh, never mind. It tells me how to pronounce it here. It's pronounced shock.
Oh,
Shock.
That was close.
Maybe I should have read my notes.
Close.
Anyway, you
Thanks
want to
for helping me
connect
out.
10 of your fish and sharks, but your donut has sharks as well, and we'll use them to take out your fish. It looks very abstract.
It looks
Well, this
very,
company only makes abstracts, to
very-
be fair.
All right. Well, maybe it's good.
Well, that'll
it
be
could
one of
make
10.
your list whether it's good or not.
That's true. 10 games that start with X.
All right. Jurassic World.
Ooh.
Similo.
I love this game.
Oh, interesting.
I love this game. I'm all for
How would you,
any new decks.
How do you do dinosaurs, though? Like,
I wonder if they have people from the movies in there, too, though. It's like,
I'm sure they
it's
do.
not like a T-Rex. Jeff Goldblum. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, they did like Harry Potter and stuff like that too, and they had the creatures and they had the people.
I guess, but all the
So-
dinosaurs are gonna be a little similar. It's
Depends on how they draw them and the colors, because sometimes you'll play based on the colors or based on the facial
Yeah.
expression. It's not just like a big one versus a small one, something like that. So.
interesting.
I don't
All
know.
right, this is not one I expected to see. Similo Jurassic World.
all right. Now,
But I
last piece
like
of
it.
news, which is not anything about Unmatched, we'll talk about that next week, is Res Arcana Duo. Res
Let's
Arcana
go.
Duo. It is an expansion / standalone game for Res Arcana. It's due out in November. You can combine it with Res Arcana or its 2 expansions. It has 16 artifact cards, 7 monument cards, 4 mage cards, 2 double-side pals, place of power tiles, and 5 magic item tiles. I'm struggling to figure out if this is really a game or if it's just Res Arcana small. You know what I mean? Because Res Arcana, in my opinion, is a fantastic 2-player game.
Sure, yeah.
So if I can play this and it's just you can't play this with 3 or 4 because there's not enough pieces,
Correct.
then that's not really Res Arcana Duo. That's just another version of Res Arcana.
Sure.
Yeah,
They're
did
just
enough
calling
change.
this expansion that. I think it's not necessarily a bad idea to have a third expansion of something also be a new on-ramp. That's not necessarily a bad idea. How much are you going to sell of the third expansion to some
It's
game?
just hard
Right.
to.
Yeah, but if you have a game that is an expansion to me, but to Joe Schmo, a new game,
And that's maybe all that he wants.
that's maybe all
he
they
wants.
want.
This one little box.
or they can work backwards from there and get
Yeah.
other, it's not a
Yeah,
bad
that's
idea to give
interesting.
like 2 ways to treat the same product.
I
I'll
agree.
check
it's
it
just
out.
hard
Yeah.
for marketing.
I
So,
agree.
not a lot of companies. Ascension has done this for a long time. Ascension has made their 2-player packs and then their bigger ones. And the 2-player packs are like, it's an expansion. But also, if you have 2 people, there's enough in the box for that.
Yeah.
The problem is when you do that, you get sometimes too much of the same base cards over and over again,
Right, and
which
this
is not
will
a problem
be
here.
Yeah.
right. This will be its own thing. I will say this from what I read, this pack in and of itself will not have any fighty cards. So if you're someone who is opposed to the confrontation, the dragons and stuff like the attacks, this won't have any of that.
It should show them hugging on the cover then.
Well, he's giving her a crown.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like she was showing him the crown, and then he pulled it out of her hands. He was like, "Ha ha, you can't get it." And she's like,
And now she's
"You're about
conjuring.
to die."
Yeah, she's conjuring something.
He's going to get murdered in
Yeah.
the next scene.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that too.
Tune back tomorrow to find out what happens
That is
in Res
interesting.
Arcana Trio.
Did he make it?
Because that does sound like then that they did make changes to it, like by taking the dragons out and not giving that option.
I guess it's
Like
yes,
not
sure.
streamlined. I don't know, but it's definitely honed a little bit.
I'll definitely check it out on its own, and then I'll check it out as an expansion.
Okay, yeah.
Whenever this is what Essen, I'm guessing. Is that what you said? Or
It said November. It might be at Essen. Who's the publisher? Sandcastle? Trying to remember if Sandcastle has a booth at Essen or not.
they're pretty small, so I don't know. They've
I don't
only
know.
got 2 games, really.
This one and that little world map one?
Yeah,
They never made a third?
I don't think so.
They've made a game for a while then.
They've got to hit on the
Yeah.
right out the gate, so they're continuing on it. You know what I mean?
Just kind of riding that.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
why not? Alrighty, well, folks, like I said, we'll talk about Unmatched next week. That is the news. That's also the end of our live streaming for this week. We'll have some more coming up on Monday. Until then, no. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Zee Garcia.
I'm Camilla.
And we'll see you. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.